There's so many videos out there on how to do well in law school. However, the reality is that there are multiple really difficult and really challenging courses in law school as well. So in today's video, we're going to talk about some of those courses and one really difficult course in particular, and discuss survival tips when it comes to navigating these really difficult courses and whether or not taking such a course is even best for you, okay? If you're new to this channel, my name is Pamela Metani. I'm the principal lawyer and founder here at Graphene Business Law. I always joke that law school for me was so nice. I did it twice. During my 3 years of law school, I split those 3 years, 2 in one and 1 year in another law school. And that actually made for a really amazing learning experience because I was able to compare and contrast two settings and grow in different ways in both of those settings. Graphene Business Law, if you're new to our channel, is a business law firm here in Ontario. We're able to serve business owners and entrepreneurs all across Ontario, Canada, and on our YouTube channel, we regularly post content that's most relevant to business owners and entrepreneurs. Owing to my personal law school experiences of not just one, but 2 law schools, I do post content here on YouTube, and we do have a special series for law school students as well. And today's video goes right in that, hopefully super helpful series. If you're new to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and of course, click on the red subscribe button down below. Now, even on this channel, we've put out so much content on how to do well and how to thrive in law school. And but the reality is there are difficult courses in law school as well. It's not so easy as, it's not necessarily a setting of just which of these amazing things should I do today. There are really difficult things you're going to have to do in law school as well. And some of those can be academic and including difficult courses. We've put out content on this channel on how I believe as a successful lawyer, having attended 2 different law schools, that law school has sort of a mathematic formula to it. And I've even put out a video that I'll link up below on how to do well in law school and how to instantly increase your GPA without studying harder. Just technical decisions you can make behind the scenes regarding class size and things like that. However, again, the elephant in the room is that despite those videos, there will always be difficult law school courses. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what I believe is the most difficult kind of law school course. I like to keep my videos big picture. And within that big picture analogy, you pick out the bits and pieces that apply best to you and your experience, okay? So, without further ado, there are 2 things, big picture, that are going to make a law school course difficult for you. The first category is the easiest to get through, and that's the kind of course that is difficult for everybody. What kind of course is difficult for everybody? Look at the grade distribution and find the courses with the lowest GPAs. Almost always looking at not only, again, the 2 different schools I went to, but also at my classmates' schools, almost always tax courses were on that spectrum of super low GPAs, average GPA per student per class. Okay, why is that? I believe part of the reason that is because a tax course requires special knowledge, right? So there are inherently numbers and calculations required in the tax course. Whereas, for example, when you take another kind of law school course, you might take a more theoretical approach to them. For example, a criminal law course or a contract law course or a torts law course. There aren't too many, if any, complex formulas that we're dealing with in those cases. Yes, there's always a number involved in law. In the criminal law setting, that's going to be the number of years somebody should be in prison, or the fines associated with a certain crime. And in the contractual sense, again, with us here, Graphene Business Law, looking at contracts is all we do. And in the contractual sense, that's going to be damages and different numbers that you're trying to claim from that other party. However, in the tax sense, there are a lot more computations involved, okay? It is a law course thoroughly steeped in numbers and computations and additional knowledge, okay? You can ace an ethics law course knowing nothing about the law. prior to entering the course, obviously. You better know something after the course. You can ace a corporate law course having no legal knowledge of any business structure walking into that course. To ace a tax course without any previous knowledge of relevant fields, such as, for example, accounting, is going to either require a ton of work on your end, which makes the course difficult in the sense that what's the payout you're getting for your investment of human life and time, or you're just going to try your best and end up with, you know, a really low GPA compared to another course you could have taken. And when I say low, like I've seen distributions in tax law courses averaging at, you know, a C, C minus, C plus. Whereas there's some other courses that we've discussed in this channel where, you know, you could see average GPAs hovering even at the A minus, like in the A's, okay? And averages, as you know, common sense would dictate, are between the A and the C spectrum, with the average GPA being somewhere in the B's for a regular course. So, what did I say at the beginning? There's two aspects that will make a course difficult for you. The first is that kind of course that's difficult for everybody, and I personally believe that the most difficult law school course there is tax law, for all the reasons we've mentioned here. But the second aspect is going to be, you know, something that's difficult for you personally, right? So, you know, there are individuals out there whose mind works really well in some ways and doesn't work well in other ways. There's individuals out there that are average working in all different fields. There's individuals out there that are amazing at everything, okay? Kudos. What do I mean? I remember being in law school and I had a friend that was super into family law. And those courses, perhaps as a result of her passion as well, but those courses came easily to her. Like, she was good. And then we would go to corporate law courses and business law courses and sit together as classmates. Business law is something I've always known I wanted to do. And we would sit together and she'd be like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And, you know, we would talk together and make that time and, you know, help each other out, and with our micro study group of 2 after law school classes ended. And it was always so like, for me, you know, she's really good at family law. And then this other course, like, it's the same, you know, it's the same human with the same well-functioning brain sitting in this class. But, like, they're really not getting the corporate law principles. Well, why is that? You have to look at yourself. What's that blind spot for you? If you just, you know yourself best, okay? It's not controversial to be honest with yourself. If you're just a dud when it comes to anything having to do with business law, stay away from those courses, okay? If you have a background that allows you to perhaps flourish, you know, in courses that are more conversation and, you know, theory-based, such as constitutional law, there's nothing wrong in taking more of those courses, okay? If you have a certain understanding, you know, of a family law angle, you know, there's nothing more with taking more family law courses, whatever the course may be. So the second kind of law school course that's going to be difficult for you in particular is the course that speaks to a blind spot you have. And insofar as we all have those blind spots, you have 2 choices to make. Either you buckle down and you learn so that you no longer have that blind spot and you tackle that blind spot head on, which will require more time from you than any other course, which will require more time from you to put into that course as the student sitting next to you puts into that course, but that's just a reality. And it will require more effort insofar as putting in more time is involved as well. Or one strategy is to just not take those courses that are coming to you at personal, you know, like challenge, the itchy courses, right? Like, if you're looking at it at the curriculum and you're thinking, another corporate law course, another wills and estates course, it's okay to not take that course. You don't have to if you've had that conversation with yourself and that's the conclusion you've come to. If you know those aren't areas of practice in, you know, myself personally, family law was something I knew I would never practice in, never, ever, if the first nevers were not clear enough for personal reasons. I don't want to, you know, be exposed to those scenes and that range of emotions and, you know, this and that, and skill set wise, like when it comes to business, I'm a business owner outside of Graphene. I know business, okay? So we can talk business all day. And if this thing came so much more easily to me and I was so much more passionate about it, and the other course to me was that ick factor, I don't have to expose myself to that ick factor. And if ever in my practice, family law matter comes my way, I'll refer it out. And that's that. And I even get a business connection out of that, which again speaks to my strengths in business. So that's okay. You don't have to pursue courses that have an ick factor for you, that are making life more difficult for you. No reason. No reason. Not one lawyer on earth practices every kind of law on earth. So you don't have to take that course on an area of practice that you're not going to practice in. Okay? So those are my two big pictures that I want to suggest. True to the second big picture comment, especially about courses difficult for you, you'll find in law school that all sorts of courses are different for everybody, difficult for different people. I remember constitutional law, my first year of law school, was a course that hammered a lot of students. I didn't really understand why. I mean, I had a background in not just economics, but also philosophy as well. So I could talk all day. I could parse out these constitutional cases. I could give you the different perspectives. I could sprinkle the originality. Like, that open thinking came really easily to me. But there were other people that were studying so hard and they're getting back these C's and D's and thinking what went wrong. That's okay. Don't take a course like that again. And stick true to this video of avoiding, those minefield courses for you, whatever they are. And almost always that minefield is going to include tax law. Again, I'll link some other videos in the description box below about ways to do really well in law school, ways to boost your GPA without even studying. There are strategies you can take, and ways to navigate difficult professors. Like, it's a setting where you should be learning, but also strategy takes you a really long way. And at Graphene Business Law on this YouTube channel, we've discussed a lot of strategies that I know would have been really helpful to my younger self. So I think they'll be really helpful to you as well. Thank you for watching. If any business owners or entrepreneurs watch this video, our channel, of course, our website is graphenebusinesslaw.ca, and our email is info@graphenebusinesslaw.ca. Thank you for watching.